spending some time alone is so useful, and don't let that hold you back from doing anything that you truly want to do. Like if there's a restaurant you want to try, a coffee shop you want to go to, a movie you want to see, a place you want to go, don't wait around for other people. Just go by yourself, learn about yourself, sit with your thoughts. I used to be the person who would wait around for a friend to come with me to like go try a restaurant. But now I just go by myself because then I get to experience it on my own terms. I get to leave when I want. It's like I get to sit there and think. I think of video ideas. It's so useful to do things alone. I went to Miami completely by myself, and I don't even really drink that much. I drink sometimes, right? So I barely even went out, even though I was in Miami, like literally like the biggest club place. But I did like run clubs. I was going to all these wellness events. I was just like talking to the people around me, and it was like such a good trip and so useful for my growth because I got to see another part of the world. But you can only do that if you have the confidence to do things alone. There's actually this famous quote that goes like this: all of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit alone in a room. I don't know if it's all of humanity's problems, but it's certainly a lot of problems because when you're alone, that gives you time to process your thoughts, your emotions, the things that have happened to you. But if you can't sit there with your own thoughts, then we're not processing any of these things. Like a lot of times when you feel sad, what do? You grab your phone and you look at Instagram. I know this because I do this too. But doing that just pushes down the emotions you're feeling. So it's like, if we could just sit alone, go do things alone, then we'll be able to process everything we're feeling in a much better way. And of course, you could also talk about it, talk about the feelings you have, the thoughts that you have. That can be helpful as well. But so is just being alone. Like throughout human history, so much time was spent alone, like hunting, gathering, like we've developed through hunting and gathering, right? And so much time of that was spent doing it alone. So that has a big impact on our biology, and our biology is pretty similar to what it was hundreds of years ago. So it's like the fact that we developed this way means that it's healthy for us to do that. It's healthy to be alone. It's healthy to spend some time with yourself, to understand yourself, like to write, to speak to your phone like I'm doing. But doing this alone, it gives you like enough time to think, enough time to process. Like, and you need to do that. And you can do that in many different ways. I like to solo travel now sometimes. Like I told you, I went to Miami and that was a bunch of fun. It was so fun to do something like that alone. I'm actually going to London in a few months by myself, and it's gonna be so much fun. I know I'm already gonna have such a good time because I'll be able to explore, I'll be able to talk to the locals there, I'll be able to like do whatever I want. I don't have to like pack in a bunch of activities that someone else wants to do. No, I can just make the trip solely for myself, and I can make it relaxing, and I can make videos. I won't feel guilty for recording a video while I'm on vacation because, you know, I'm there with like some friends or like a girlfriend or something. I'll just be able to do whatever I want. So it's like, it's so useful to get some time to yourself, to think about what you want out of life, what's happened to you in life, who you truly want to be. Like, these are important questions that you can only answer if you spend time alone or through like actively working on them with someone else. And so it's so useful to develop the skill of being comfortable alone, even in public situations, because I know obviously a lot of introverts, they're comfortable alone in their apartment, but some people use that as an excuse to not be alone in public, to not like go try a restaurant by themselves, to not like solo travel, to not go to events by themselves. That's a big one too, because this is how you meet people in 2025. Like, these third spaces are really up and coming, like run clubs, pickleball, I don't know, coffee, like new coffee shops where like they're having events, book clubs. Like, these things are starting to become popular again because people are sick of meeting people through the apps. They want to go places in person, make friends, go on dates with people that they meet in person. So it's like, just being able to do those things alone is such a useful skill, and it's so important to do that because then that's how you meet people. And I'm not saying to turn into an extrovert if you're an introvert. I'm saying to be a socially skilled introvert. So if you are a socially skilled introvert, that just means you get your energy from being alone, because that's what an introvert is, right? Introverts get their energy from being alone. It doesn't say anything about their like skills, their social skills, but you should still develop the social skills of going to an event alone and still talking to people, meeting people. Yeah, of course it'll take energy to do so, but it'll be worth it. Make sure that you're capable of doing it. And if you go places alone, like if you're able to show up alone, then it kind of like opens up the world to you, because then you can go anywhere alone, meet people, go to events, and like your life becomes a lot more interesting because of that. Like I told you, I went to Miami, I'm going to London, I may be going to Copenhagen. Like, these are all things that I'm gonna do alone, and it's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be so interesting. I'm so excited to do these things alone, and I'm gonna record videos while I'm there. So if you wanna follow along for the journey, it's a couple months from now, but you could subscribe. And listen, I'm not saying it's easy. It'll be uncomfortable to sit alone with your thoughts, go to a restaurant alone by yourself, solo travel. It'll feel kind of uncomfortable, but that's because it's outside of your comfort zone. And that shows that you're growing, you're leaving your comfort zone, so it feels uncomfortable. So even though it won't be easy, it will be worth it. Life's not easy, but it's worth it. Take care.